It all began with the sound of distant hooves and the clink of silver on china. Now, after more than a decade of drama, elegance, heartbreak, and grandeur, the curtain is drawing on one of the most beloved sagas in modern television history. Downton Abbey. The grand finale is officially on its way. And with it comes the final bow of a cultural phenomenon that defined a generation of storytelling. Focus Features has unveiled the first trailer for what promises to be an emotional and elegant goodbye to the Crawley family and their loyal household staff. For fans across the globe, the end of the Downton Abbey franchise is more than just another movie release. It is the conclusion of an era, the last chapter in a story that began with the Titanic's sinking and evolved into something even grander, a portrait of British nobility under siege by modernity, war, and time itself. Set in the year 1930, Downton Abbey. The grand finale finds the ever-resilient Lady Mary Talbot, Michelle Dockery, navigating the treacherous waters of London's upper crust, now a woman as much of the city as she once was of the country. But while Mary's world grows increasingly urban and politically charged, back at the majestic Downton estate in Yorkshire, Lord and Lady Grantham, portrayed once again by the indelible Hugh Bonneville and Elizabeth McGovern, remain the guardians of a fading way of life, determined to maintain the family's legacy as change barrels down the tracks like an oncoming train. The final film not only wraps up the trilogy of cinematic continuations that began in 2019, but brings closure to the franchise's incredible 15-year journey. Originally launching in 2010 on ITV, Downton Abbey captivated audiences with 6 stunning seasons of aristocratic power struggles, forbidden romances, and the evolving dynamics between upstairs and downstairs. Across the years, it became more than just a British period drama. It was a televised institution, commanding global viewership and earning a permanent seat at the table of elite television storytelling. Now, it all leads here, to the end. The last toast in the Great Hall. Behind the camera, the grand finale reunites the dream team responsible for breathing cinematic life into the world of Downton. Director Simon Curtis returns, having previously helmed 2022's Downton Abbey, A New Era. That film delicately balanced the grandeur of an evolving estate with the bittersweet realities of aging, loss, and reinvention. Curtis once again brings his masterful touch to a screenplay penned by none other than Julian Fellowes, the creator, writer, and executive producer who crafted every flourish of dialogue, every turn of fate for the Crawley clan and their circle. And this time, it's not just a new chapter, it's the final word. Joining Dockery, Bonneville, and McGovern are the fan-favorite stalwarts of the series. Jim Carter as the ever-stalwart Mr. Carson, Brendan Coyle as the loyal and hardened Mr. Bates, Joanne Froggatt as the ever-compassionate Anna, Phyllis Logan, Penelope Wilton, and more. Their familiar faces, etched with the weight of years gone by, remind us just how far this story has traveled, how much these characters have endured. Early footage of the film was unveiled at CinemaCon in April, and by all accounts, theater owners and insiders alike were moved by the scope and emotional resonance of what they saw. Word is that the film doesn't just aim to conclude the franchise, it strives to honor it, to elevate it, and to let it ride off into the sunset with the grace and dignity befitting its legacy. More than just a series. What made Downton Abbey special wasn't just the costumes or the stately sets. It was the human heart beating beneath every silk collar and behind every butler's bow. The show dared to ask timeless questions. What does it mean to uphold tradition in a world that demands progress? How do we navigate love and loyalty when status and station complicate every interaction? And most of all, can we hold on to the things we love without losing ourselves in the process? As the camera pans once more across the estate's rolling green hills and majestic towers, we are reminded that Downton has always been more than bricks and mortar. It is a symbol of time marching forward, of lives intertwining, of legacy and loss. And so, with the grand finale, the franchise isn't just ending a story. It's closing a chapter in television history, a date with destiny. Mark your calendars. September 12th, 2025 isn't just a release date. It's an invitation to return to the estate one last time.